We also had a regular season matchup today, game 1 of Rogers and Emmanuel Christian doubleheader action. Top of the first, Maggie Woodward skies one out to the fence in center field. That'll bring Elle Holloway home for the first run of the game, and the Warriors eaten early. Then in the fifth at 6-2, Rogers in a little bit of trouble, but not for long. Trina Middleton to the outfield. 2 Rams will find their way home. It's now 6-4. Rogers getting back in the game later in the fifth. It's now just a 1-run game. Zyla Hill executes the bunt. That'll give Riley Munt enough time to get home and tie it up. Rogers scored 5 runs in the fifth, and they weren't done yet. Brooklyn swide into the shortstop. The throw not on to first, so Hill runs it in to take the lead and the win. 7-6 Rams the final. They had 6 runs total in that 5th inning. They took game 1 in the doubleheader, while the Warriors responded to take game 2 with the final of 7-6.
It feels good. I'm very proud of the whole team, because usually it will be a we give up. No, we just kept going, kept working for the outs, kept our bats going. It means a lot for me. Like, we've definitely come from a tough place. We have no juniors on the team, so they're all younger. And I'm hoping that they all keep continuing to play. I love it here at Rogers. I'm going to miss it next year.
Anytime you've got a team that's as good as Emmanuel Christian is, you've got to play great in all facets of the game. Jim Straw, I think what we saw that kept Rogers in that ball game early on and able to come back in this ball game was their defense in the field. Trina Middleton, terrific in the circle defensively. They also made some other plays behind her. If you're going to stay in a ball game, sometimes you can control that in the field.
Yeah, you sure can, and that's just what they did. You know, it's like the old saying, you scored if you were Emmanuel, but you just didn't score enough to put them away. You had the team down, but yet you left them right back in the game the whole time.
Well, it sure looked like Emmanuel Christian was going to walk away winners here in the first game of this doubleheader today, but you think about what Rogers did. They score 6 in that 5th, answered the 3 runs that was scored by Emmanuel Christian the top half of that inning, and you like a team that never says die.
Yeah, you love that. I mean, you and I talked off camera a little bit too, saying that they're letting them hang around. They're letting Rogers hang around, and that's just what they did. And Rogers took advantage of that big inning with 5 runs.
Anytime you can have a come-from-behind win, especially as you get close to the end of the season, you always take that. And I think for Kelly Keel's bunch, this will be one that a couple years from now they'll certainly remember very fondly, because to come back against a team like Emmanuel Christian, that's a nice win.
Oh, it sure is. Any win's good, but when you, like when you said, when you're down and you're down for majority of the game, 5 innings, and then all of a sudden you come back and score and take the lead, it was huge. And then they changed pitchers, and she came in and, like they said in baseball, they shut her, or she shut them down.
For sure. Well, we dodged the raindrops. Jim and I stayed dry. We were able to come away, Rogers, with a 7-6 win. Back to you guys in the studio.